Some major pros of the death penalty are that it deters crime, it's less money than life without parole, it's approved by many religions, and it's also considered retribution, an appropriate punishment. According to David B. Mulhausen, a senior policy analyst at the Heritage Foundation Center, capital punishment does in fact save lives. Studies have demonstrated a link between executions and decreases in murder rate. Each execution, on average, results in 18 fewer murders. In this graph provided by the Bureau of Criminal Justice, we see that as executions drop, the murder rate increases. We can then assume that without the death penalty, there will be more murders. According to the JFA, Justice for All in Texas, where more murderers are executed than any other state, the annual number of murders has plummeted from 701 to 241 since the resumption of the death penalty. That's a 72% decrease. Hundreds of lives saved by the death penalty. Not only does the death penalty save lives, but it also saves money. Anti-death penalty activists argue that life without parole is a suitable punishment for murderers. However, Dudley Sharp, director of death penalty resources at Justice for All, states, life without parole cases cost $1.2 million to $3.6 million more than death penalty cases. Why should we be wasting our money on keeping murderers alive? One of the biggest arguments for the death penalty is religion. Religion is such a huge part of our society, and it gives a stamp of approval to the death penalty. So why shouldn't it be allowed? It is no secret that religious influence is present in the law. Commandments from the Bible have a clear influence on amendments in our Constitution. If the death penalty is supported in the Bible, it should be in our society as well. Also, in a poll taken by Connecticut's Quinnipiac University last year found that 66% of the state's Catholics supported the death penalty. Not only does the death penalty deter crime, save money, and have a stamp of approval by many religions, it is a punishment that is fully deserved. Without the death penalty, family and friends of murder victims have to live with the fact that not only is their loved one dead, but that the murderer is still alive and breathing. Let's take a look at the case of a man named Vincent Brothers. Vincent murdered his entire family because his wife discovered he was having an affair. He shot his wife's mother twice in the head, stabbed his wife several times in the back, and shot his 2- and 4-year-old daughters, and also his 6-week-old son. In cases like these, the death penalty is the only punishment suitable. Brothers is one of the many murderers who proves that the death penalty is a necessity.